Hello, lovelies. Today I'm going to show you a super simple way to use a professional style of formatting for your high school assignments. Before I get into it, I want to explain what it is you're seeing on your screen. This is typically referred to as dummy text. It is just a placeholder. That is, the words don't mean anything, but they're there to let you visually see what the formatting looks like. Okay. First question, why would I ask you to bother with the way your papers are formatted? Well, let me show you. Look at this first example of a paragraph. Think about your first impression of how it looks and compare that to your first impression of this version. It is the exact same paragraph right down here, but it looks so much more professional with the page number, the heading with all this key information, and an appropriate title. Okay, so that looks great. Now, how do I set my document up to include that? Well, you can just create a blank document and type this in, your name, your teacher's name, the class or subject, and the date, followed by a title. And that works great for short essays, short papers. However, if your paper becomes longer, you may want to use a pre-made template. I'm going to show you how to do this. So the first thing is where to find it. I'm going to show you 3 ways to get to the same thing so that whatever way you're most comfortable using Google Docs, you can get there quickly and easily. All right, so let's start with, let's say you usually go to Google Docs itself, to the home screen of Google Docs. Let's see, so you can see that's my Google Docs home screen. Okay, this is called the template gallery. That is the phrase we're looking for. So what you want to do is click on that because then it'll show you a lot of templates. The one we want is this one called Report MLA. MLA is one of the standard professional styles for writing an essay or a paper. So all you have to do is click on that, and it will open the document I already showed you, this template, and then I'll go on to show you how you would replace this dummy text with your own actual text. Okay. Another option is if you like to operate out of Google Drive, you can go to the New button, New Google Doc, but instead of just clicking there, you want to click on the arrow, and instead of a blank document, you choose from a template. That will bring you back to that. Remember, I said the key phrase we're looking for is template gallery, and you're looking for the one that says MLA. Okay. Lastly, if you are in a current document and you're like, oh wait, yeah, I want to do this in MLA format, you can go to File, New, and again from Template Gallery. Okay, so however you like to get there, and then you will have this. This is exactly what you will have. I've done nothing to this so far. And what you'll need to do next is make it your own. I'm going to go from the top of the page down. So it has page numbers. The really nice thing is they've already gone through the steps of finding in the menus, insert page number. They didn't just type number 1 here, because if they typed number 1 here, number 1 would appear at the top of every page. But instead, the document template is so smart, it puts the correct number at the top of every page. Whether you shorten it or lengthen it, it will always be correct. The only change you need to make to this is to double click on it and add your last name. That is correct MLA formatting. So you're going to double click there, type your name and a space between your name and the number. And then you continue on replacing the template text with your own. So select one portion at a time or it'll mess up the formatting. So one portion at a time, type in your information, your teacher's name, the subject. I'm just giving you an example of if this was English 1 with Miss Heaton. And then for MLA formatting, for the date, it's actually the day of the month, and the year. So it would be, oops, okay. Like this, okay? And then just highlight the title because you can see that the title is centered and the rest of the paragraph is not. And so if you highlighted everything, it would mess up the formatting. So one section at a time, add a title. And then what you're going to do is you're going to highlight this whole paragraph and you're just going to start typing the actual introduction of my awesome paper. You're not going to write that, but you're going to actually start typing your paper. Now, if your paper is between 1 and 2 or maybe 3 pages, you can actually just keep typing from here, blah, 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 and next paragraph, it will automatically indent the paragraphs for you, and you just keep going. And then you can delete all of this. Okay, so that's really the most important stuff to know. I'm going to quickly explain what the rest of this is, but it probably doesn't apply to you yet. So if you were writing a longer paper, or if you're writing something like a lab report for a science class and you need to include each step of the experiment and the process, you could use this section here, header, to write things like hypothesis, methods, conclusion, that kind of thing. For most of your assignments at this point in high school, you're not going to need that. This does get really detailed into MLA formatting by having a subsection heading and even a block quotation that's indented and parenthetical citations. You do not need to worry about that. Once you get to that level of detail in your classes, your teachers will help you through it. So my recommendation to you is to simply delete this part and just keep the beginning part of this document. You can keep the works cited if you're going to have references that you are citing at the end of your paper. All right, hope that was helpful.